People who claim self-discipline is easy almost certainly misunderstand what it means to lead a disciplined life. Most mistake it for willpower, assuming their ability to resist random temptations makes them disciplined.
Amazing!
Some mistake it for motivation, misinterpreting the inspiration they feel in the moment as a sign of discipline. As you know, neither is true. Worse, these false beliefs threaten to sabotage any genuine pursuit of self-discipline because they obscure its fundamental principles. If we misconstrue self-discipline, how can we take the proper steps to cultivate it? The reality is that developing self-discipline and maintaining it for a lifetime is difficult. You're confronted by situations each day that try to undermine your efforts. You're constantly challenged by circumstances that seek to weaken your resolve and tempt you to compromise your goals. 11+ deep lessons from the book, How to Lead a Disciplined Life. Number 1. Success in life is commonly ascribed to a basket of personal attributes. A successful person is regarded as talented, motivated, and intelligent. They are presumed to have a positive mindset and a willingness to take strategic risks. Those who are less charitable might opine the individual is simply lucky. While each of these elements plays a role in success, none can replace self-discipline. Talented individuals will fail if they cannot resist their impulses and devote themselves to what they must do. Likewise, motivated individuals who lack discipline typically fall short of their goals because motivation never lasts.
Wow!
Nor is intelligence enough. To paraphrase Calvin Coolidge, the world is full of intelligent people who are unrewarded with success. And luck? It certainly plays a role, and some are indeed luckier than others. But self-discipline will always trump luck. Individuals who lack good fortune but are willing to persist when their motivation runs dry are likelier to succeed than lucky people who lack discipline.
What?
Number 2. Self-discipline is universally applauded. Employers commend disciplined employees. Parents praise disciplined children. Sports enthusiasts admire disciplined athletes. However, self-discipline is often misunderstood. Some define it too narrowly, presuming it's merely about practicing restraint. Some describe it too broadly, believing it involves everything from enduring adversity to hustling when you'd rather relax. Some equate it to willpower. Some think it's the same as motivation. Self-discipline is many of these things, but none of these definitions quite hit the mark. And if we hope to master discipline, we must be able to define it in a way that resonates with us. Number 3. Self-discipline and self-regulation are often used interchangeably, but they are not the same thing, and it's important to distinguish between them. The latter is a facet of the former. At their simplest, they are mirror images of each other. Self-discipline is what keeps you going when you'd rather stop. It gets you out of bed when you'd prefer to tap the snooze button on your alarm. It pushes you to clean your home when you'd rather watch television. It spurs you to do one more representative or set when you're ready to quit. Self-regulation is what encourages you to stop when you'd rather continue. It urges you to stop playing video games when you need to study. It dissuades you from eating junk food when you're on a diet. It exhorts you to hold your tongue when angry or frustrated at someone. Number 4, it isn't easy to create new habits. Doing so usually involves acting in a way that contradicts your everyday behaviors and routines. It matters not whether the practices in question are familiar or unfamiliar. It takes work to incorporate them into your regimen and stick to them over the long haul. It conflicts with deeply ingrained patterns. It's similarly challenging to break old habits. Practicing familiar routines releases dopamine in your brain. Dopamine is a potent neurotransmitter that induces feelings of pleasure and satisfaction. Understandably, you crave such releases over and over. This is the engine that drives compulsive behaviors. It's also the reason interrupting these behaviors is so tough. Self-discipline is pivotal to forming new habits and ceasing old ones. It empowers you to act, consistently undeterred by familiar urges and impulses. Number 5. Your relationships thrive or deteriorate based on your decisions and behaviors.
What?
Treating others respectfully, Communicating empathetically and showing compassion strengthen your bonds with them. Conversely, breaking their trust, communicating poorly, and showing indifference or callousness weaken the bonds and ruin the intimacy you share with them. Self-discipline plays a pivotal role in cultivating and nurturing successful relationships. It prevents you from acting impulsively in ways that offend or hurt others, e.g., cheating on your spouse. It helps you regulate your emotions and avoid lashing out when others disappoint you, e.g., responding angrily when a friend cancels plans at the last minute. Self-discipline allows you to remain calm and resolve conflicts productively and healthily, e.g., de-escalating tension between you and an agitated coworker. Self-discipline engenders harmony, while impulsiveness often leads to strife. Number 6. Life is challenging. While thoughtful planning and good decisions can help you avoid some of life's struggles, you can't avoid them all. You can't plan for them all. As the Stoics of old knew, you can only control your response to failure, adversity, and setbacks. Resilience is your ability to bounce back when things go wrong. It's an inner strength that helps you endure the stress and pressure life imposes on you. It's a foundational toughness that pushes you to hold the line and persist when you'd rather surrender. It encourages you to excel regardless of your limitations. Self-discipline is a prerequisite of resilience. To become resilient, you must resist your impulses, manage your emotions, and uphold your boundaries. Only then will you be truly ready to face and overcome life's challenges. Number 7. Delaying gratification means resisting the temptations of the present with the expectation that doing so will help you get something you truly want in the future. This willingness to forego immediate satisfaction always comes at a cost. You must do without something now to receive something better later. Sometimes the future reward will bring you greater happiness or fulfillment. For example, eating junk food in the present is tempting, but staying fit will improve your sleep, relieve stress, and boost your mood. If you're an athlete, skipping workouts is tempting, but continuing to show up will help you to perform better later. Sometimes the future reward is the avoidance of something unpleasant. For example, you may be tempted or pressured to try an illicit substance. Practicing temperance allows you to avoid addiction. You may be tempted to fool around with a coworker showering you with flirtatious attention. Refraining from doing so will allow you to avoid professional consequences in the event of a breakup, e.g., office gossip, harassment, termination, etc. Number 8. Every temptation comes at a cost. It's natural to overlook this cost because the promise of immediate pleasure obfuscates it. This is especially true of costs imposed far in the future. The further away it is, the harder it is to exert impulse control in the present. For example, let's say you regularly snack on junk food. The cost to your health is not immediate. It's something you'll pay for in the future. This fact makes it difficult to resist the appeal of your favorite treats. You're instead focused on the pleasure you'll experience in the moment. Remind yourself about the cost attached to the temptation you're struggling with. In our example, this might include diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, and obesity. When you think about the price you'll pay for satisfying an immediate craving, you'll be more disposed to resist the urge. Number 9. As much as stress can sap your self-discipline, practicing self-discipline can help you to feel less stressed. The reason harkens back to one of the leading causes of stress: feeling that you lack control and being incensed by this circumstance. Two factors play important roles related to this issue. First, when disciplined, you're more inclined to avoid situations that lead to unnecessary stress. For example, saving money each month provides a financial cushion. You're less likely to experience stress related to living paycheck to paycheck. Studying prepares you for exams. You're less likely to feel stressed about your grades. Taking your vehicle in for regular maintenance prevents it from breaking down. You're less likely to experience the anxiety of being stranded by the side of the road. Self-discipline helps you to make better decisions. While stress is an avoidable part of life, these better decisions will help you to steer clear of needless stress. The second factor is that practicing self-discipline helps you manage your response to stressors outside your influence. Number 10. Motivation is the instigator behind your actions. It encourages you to do what's necessary to achieve goals that are important to you. It drives you to make things happen when you're dissatisfied with your circumstances. It pushes you to take action when stasis becomes uncomfortable or untenable. Motivation is important, but it's equally important to realize that it's overrated. Like willpower, it's beset with limitations that make it unreliable. Moreover, it has a dark side that's rarely discussed but vital to recognize. Number 11. Have you ever felt stuck regarding your career, relationships, physical fitness, emotional health, or any aspect of life? Have you ever thought you needed to make a change, but were unsure what to do? Have you ever felt trapped in an existential limbo and uncertain how to break free? If so, there's a good chance that you haven't identified your reason why. The first step forward is recognizing that you need to make a change. You acknowledge wanting to improve your quality of life. The second step is to figure out what to change. You decide to work on your self-discipline. The next step is to determine your reason for making this change. Your why may not be immediately apparent to you, but it's there, fueling your motivation. Number 12. The most effective strategy for dealing with internal resistance is to connect what you want to accomplish with emotional motivation. When your purpose is rooted in your emotions, its influence over you grows. It seems weightier. It becomes more consequential. It suggests a steep price for failure. Imagine if your motivation to get into shape was a purely logical one. Getting into shape would decrease your risk of heart disease. It would improve your cardiovascular system. It would boost your immune system. There's no emotional component, which makes these reasons far less compelling. When you experience internal resistance, they're unlikely to help you counter it. So, establish an emotional motivation for anything you aspire to accomplish. Do you want to lose weight? What is the emotional basis for your intention? Do you want to be more studious? What are the emotional consequences if you fail? Do you want to save money instead of spending frivolously? What negative feelings will you face if you're broke? Your emotional motivation will be the driving force you need to overcome internal resistance. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, you probably will not see us again. If you have, congratulations, you are growing every day.